protests continue today as the country's beekeepers have called on the government for action on the recent disappearance of the world's bee population. The bees have disappeared amongst other insect pollinators that play a fundamental role in producing.
So you might be wondering to yourself, is this an Irish rap roundup or is this a drama video? And the answer to that question is yes. Now, I used to be quite the big fan of Love and Braggadocio. A couple of the songs off the Luca Palm album I think are good. However, in recent years, I found out about Kojak's ableism towards Crackboy. I found out about his apparent rudeness towards fans who try and interact with him. But I'm honestly going to try and set all of that aside and review this song objectively, okay?
What's the mystery? Yeah, I'm blowing up, I got inflammation, need antihistamine. Life and death isn't foreign to me, got family history.
I'm gonna snap into like tightly structured script like the old school Irish rap roundups, right? Kojak's new single Antihistamine has the classic Doja Cat issue of having one of the most beautiful choruses ever put to wax, immediately followed by a low effort, thematically confused, poorly delivered, borderline unlistenable verse. Although I certainly agree with his many points about refugees, Trump and Palestine, I find its delivery and writing to be sloppy, lazy and uninspired.
It's the mystery. I don't believe there's a God above, it just don't make sense to me. I heard the sermons, I read the books that they recommend to me.
It comes across as an old head trying to keep up with what he's seeing actual popular artists do. Unk saw Kneecap are fiercely political while being known worldwide and decided perhaps if he did a bandwagon jumping act, he could possibly expand his audience beyond the 1,000 or so English and Irish hipsters who haven't realised there's been soft boy style music in this country predating these songs by a decade at least.
Don't believe the shit they pretend to be. Who's to blame for this loss of empathy? Who's the terrorist who needs therapy? Play the victim, then bomb the enemy.
As I said, I did enjoy the chorus, it was very catchy, so I was primed to enjoy the verse when it came in, but it felt forced and rushed. It sounded like he had a list of things he wanted to mention that he was just methodically crossing off without purpose. Religion, empathy, terrorism, fascism, racism. It feels like a lot to try and cover in a 60-second verse. The result is a lot of lines that feel awkward and underdeveloped. You go from classic battle rap smack-talking diss bars to him speed-running the Israeli lie of Hamas having bunkers under hospitals to justify levelling them.
How you justify heavy weaponry? Say the hospitals harbor enemies. How you scared of boats full of refugees? Sex offenders run presidentially.
It's just a bit of a whiplash situation there. He has a line about they sent Katy Perry in a spaceship and then 1 second later he starts talking about the word genocide. It's like you're doing a fun internet reference to try and be comical and then immediately talking about something incredibly dark and dour and serious.
What's offending me? What's your identity? Yeah, make it make sense to me. Fuck it, play the melody.
I think my advice to Kevin would be stay in your lane. This isn't what you're known for. You're not adding anything to the conscious rap scene with offerings like this. I am honestly embarrassed given his real life reputation that he's now trying to virtue signal. Us on the left don't like you, Kevin, for a variety of reasons. This song isn't going to change that.
Yeah, money meditations, higher power vibrations, flipping tables at the temple, like Dalai Lama out in Vegas. Road to heaven, you could pave it.
I'm not going to lie and say I dislike the instrumental. I think it is very slick. I'm not sure if this is another Keen Kavanagh joint or not. I dislike the little trap breakdowns where they only do 808s and drums. A little minor gripe, I really hate slow fade-ins, just full stop on any song. I do appreciate Kevin's more weathered, life-weary voice. Someone else I spoke to called it an American accent, but I disagree. He went from like Del the Funky Homo Sapien to Notorious B.I.G. and I think it sounds good.
Upper class foundation, make you fight for your next meal. They sound Katy Perry in a spaceship. Look alive, racism on the rise, fascism on the rise, live stream genocide.
There's little MF Doom pauses at the beginning of each bar I think really needs some ad-libs. I can imagine that improving the pacing. As it is now, once the hook ends, the rest of the song feels like a slog. The flow is great, I like the schemes and patterns. The more classic setup and payoff soft bars are a bit corny though. I didn't even bother looking at the visuals, to be honest, because I feel like they're irrelevant to whether or not a song is good. I was told they were bad. I genuinely think Kevin should have just gone into filmmaking, because he clearly has more ideas for videos than he does for lyrics. Even then though, I feel like his focus is on absurdity and surrealism rather than being actually visually appealing or fun in any way. Even his David Lynch knockoff short film had more artistic merit than probably half of the recent videos I've seen come out of Kojak. Feels like weird for the sake of being weird. Ultimately, a hook versus hook song rarely ever has major amounts of replay value and basically comes across as the bare minimum for what can technically be called a song. A catchy beat and smooth chorus just isn't going to cut it in 2026 now that acts like Courtesy are outflanking Softboy at their own game. People are expanding the possibilities of art in this country, but here's Kojak showing up to remind us he's still alive with another slightly upgraded production style. And honestly, I don't give a shit. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You either make a protest song or funky lo-fi easy listening coffee shop music. I don't know how he had the hubris to believe he could handle all of these topics at once.
It's not pretending me, I'm offended, Jews even mention me. Get my name out your filthy mouth, boy, I'm not the Listerine.
So let's get into the elephant in the room. So I made a series of viral TikToks about Kevin recently, about the stuff that I mentioned at the start, the ableism towards Crackboy, the really rude stories I've heard of him being terrible towards fans. Then after that, people assumed a TikTok he made was about me. When it doesn't seem to have been about me, it was just him bursting out laughing. But people thought that that meant that he had seen my videos and he's aware who I am. So the bar, keep my name out your filthy mouth, I'm not some Listerine.
I'm offended, Jews even mention me. Get my name out your filthy mouth, boy, I'm not the Listerine.
Could possibly be directed at me. I'm known for my filthy mouth in more ways than one. So that's just a thing that I'm going to tell people now for the rest of my life. People are going to be like, some like hipster bastard will be talking about Kojak, and I'll be like, you know, he dissed me a few years ago.